All right, here I'm trying something new. I hear a lot of talk about the table. In order to get to the table, you got to be a big time guy with lots of clicks and this and that. I really think that journalism is about the fourth estate, supporting the people, being a voice for the people. And I think that everyone needs a voice. And so I'm going to do a series of whoever you are, whether you agree with me, whether you disagree with me in part or in whole, you can come on here and give your piece, because I think that the fans, especially after a long ride of struggles and a team that really hasn't been being successful, I want us to be able to have their voice. So if you're interested in coming on, like Rick, I've asked a bunch of people and some people are interested. Rick was the one who was the most interested, so I figured I would kick it off with him. Just email me at curtis@aceperhead.com. And then you can send me an email. You don't have to have your video running. You just have an image and you can come say your piece, as long as it's, it's PG and, you got some cogent point, a rational point, then I would love to hear from you. So I got Rick Long. Rick Long, to be fair, he agrees with a lot of the things I say. I'm not everything, but I'd say a lot. He's been a nice guy, great guy. We talk. So I just want to put that out there. I'm not into propaganda, but there's going to be people on here that agree with me in part and sometimes disagree with me. So anyway, we got Rick Long here. He's going to go over Zach Sieler, why he's so critical, the cornerback, history of Greer, the O-line, why he values it. I guess that would be something very similar to what I say. And then his take on the season. So guys, give Rick a good listen. He's a very smart guy. I've enjoyed my time with him, and I'm ready here to learn. So, Rick, give us your lowdown. Who are you? What's Rick's deal? And how long you been a fan? You know the whole deal.
Yeah. Rick, South Florida, most of my life. I've been a Dolphins fan since, as long as I can remember. I remember the Super Bowl, the Pepsi Coke commercial with Montana and Marino, and I don't know if you remember that or not, Curtis, but Marino.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember that particular, but I remember the game. I do remember the game.
He drops his soda in the commercial, and then Montana hands him one because of the fumbles. So, long-time fan, man. We haven't won a game since Lamar Smith. And that's
2001.
Yeah,
or 2.
I think it's somewhere around there. I know they fed him the ball the way we need to do.
Yeah, I remember him. He was the first 1,000-yard running back in a while. I think he had a huge game. It was against the Colts.
Yep.
I remember Lamar.
I think he had like almost 40. Oh, I think he had almost 40 rushes in that game.
Yep.
That can't be more different than what we do now.
No, not at all. Not at all.
That's just bludgeoning the other team. And in that game, it's ironic that the last playoff win we had, we bludgeoned them with the run. Is what we need.
I guess it's not passe, that run game.
Yeah. But no, Zach Sieler, as far as Zach Sieler, I think he's an important piece. He's proven to be an important piece, and he was a great pickup. When we got him, and I know there's talk about his contract. I would do what I could to keep not let him go. We've lost a lot of guys.
We can't let him go. Do you think he's going to hold out? I don't think he's going to hold out this year, but do you think he's going to hold out this year?
I don't think he will, because I think he's a player that wants to play, and it's in his heart.
What about next year? I'm thinking there's a possibility for next year if they don't give him a contract this year.
I'm thinking next year myself. He wants to get paid while he can.
Yeah, he's making what, only 12 mil?
I haven't looked it up. I thought it was 11 or 12 mil, but I'm not sure.
Peanuts for him.
Yeah, compared to some of these other guys, and he's been solid for us.
Yes,
steady. What was it that Johnson said that?
I think he's had the most interior sacks in like 3 seasons of any DT.
Yeah, availability is the most important asset you can have. He's always. But we did lose Van Ginkel, who was a second. He was all-pro second team.
Yep.
Last year.
Ginkel.
that hurts. But,
I wish we had kept him over and not gone for Chubb, but I guess
yeah.
It is what it is. Those two guys are great. I even liked Hunt. I miss Hunt. I miss Wilkins. I know the Wilkins got the broken foot, so people can.
Yeah.
But they're keys.
Yeah. We've got to change the culture with the Dolphins, Miami, and it's been in the news a lot. I saw it, man, last year with the team with the ping pong tables and the celebration, the touchdown celebration practices, on Hard Knocks. I was just sitting there watching it like, what are y'all doing? I know they're having fun, but where the toughness part of it, where you just show up. Marvin Harrison, he catch the ball. I don't remember him having much emotion. He would just go out
like Barry. I loved Barry's celebrations. Barry Sanders, I loved his celebrations too.
Absolutely. You said something the other day on a video, and you hit on two of my favorite players of all time. Dan Marino, pure passer. Barry Sanders, pure runner.
Yep.
But yeah, I wanted to speak about that because Greer in the front office has hit on some guys. Brandon Jones, unfortunately, we don't have him anymore.
Yeah, we had all the good ones. Most of the good ones he hits on, they'll walk.
Yep. Yeah. It's unfortunate. I think that's a problem with retaining our players and being able to forecast down the road who they're going to be.
Yeah.
And not waiting till the contract season and just tell the media, well, they've earned their right to be free agents.
I'll refrain from continuing on that one.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of good, but we just haven't broke through, and I realized that we've got to establish the run, and we've got to have a tougher culture. I did some research on the Dolphins and their draft history since 2016.
Lowdown.
What's that?
Give me the lowdown, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I can't tell you exactly that he was responsible for it. I'm not trying to blame Greer, but
no, but we don't know.
Yeah,
what
I got here is I've got 7 cornerbacks drafted during his tenure.
Are you going from 2016 or 2019? 2016.
Going from 2016. Yeah. And I wrote a little, and I'll try to be quick about it. Round 1 in 2016, they drafted Xavier Howard, 4-time Pro Bowler. Hit.
That was a good hit.
Yeah.
A little bit. I think the injuries early on kind of diminished it a little bit. He had 2 or 3 really amazing seasons.
Yeah. He followed that up in 2007 with Cordrea Tankersley.
Oh, remember? He was so good for like 3 or 4 games, and then he just disappeared.
Yeah, and that was a 3rd-round pick.
Yeah, I remember him a lot. Yeah. I was so excited for like 3 or 4 games.
I know. 2018, round 6, they drafted Cornell Armstrong. There's nothing else to say about that.
Yeah. That was late, though. He was like, what, a 7th-round pick or something? A 6th-round pick?
6th round. Yeah, 6th round. 2020, in round 1, they drafted Iggy.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Ignominy? It took me a while. I don't even know if I got it right still.
I'm doing like
Ignominy.
Yeah, Iggy. Which I seen Iggy play right before they let him go. We had a cold weather game, and he was playing, and he had long sleeves. He had orange sleeves on. He was playing. That was when he had a good game. He was suffocating the guy, man. And I was like, who is this guy? So I don't know. I saw the potential in that game, but of course it didn't work out. Iggy was a 1st-round pick, like I said, 2020. Then you follow that up with 2023 in the 2nd round. Cam Smith. Does he have the heart for it, man? He's got the athletic ability.
I don't know. I don't know about, because if you look at his 40, it was like 4.3 something, but he just doesn't have the burst. And he's small, so I don't even know if he's got the athletic. I don't know if he's got the discipline, and he definitely so far hasn't had the health. So
you're right on that. The 40 time, often they hang on that number, but as well as I do, and I think that you speak on this a lot. This is a game of angles and inches and microseconds.
Yeah.
So, man, you could, if you run a 4.6, but you can go from 0 to 4 to 6, at light speed, you're going to excel in the league,
Yep.
But Wes Welker was good at getting in space, and then he was gone. He wasn't real fast.
Yep.
There's been a lot of guys, but yeah, we're still waiting to see what we're going to have with Cam Smith. Then followed that up 2024 round 6, Patrick McMorris. There's nothing I can say about the guy. I really don't.
Late round pick, I guess.
Yeah. The last one here, round 5, 2025, Jason Marshall Jr. I found interesting because they were raving about him a couple weeks ago. His history with the University of Florida is pretty incredible. If it's right. I didn't look it up. I have not really fully researched it, so it's a great story if it's true. But there was a couple analysts on that said that he actually started at UF from his freshman year through his senior year, and he was covering the number 1. He said that he dropped. He thinks because of injury history, but the guy's good size, and he's got some speed. Does he have quick? Yeah, quick, important. But
some people are saying too that there's like consistency issues.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if they mean injury history or performance or work habits, but he clearly has the physical attributes.
Well, they
big guy too. How big is he? Is he like 6'1" or something?
Yeah. Like 6'1", 200, 205. So yeah, he's a big guy. But from what they were saying, he's at practice every day. He's early. He carries a notebook. So
maybe we hit.
Hey, I'm hoping it's a real story and it's not just propaganda, or it's not to try to influence another corner that should be coming in early and leaving.
Yeah, it could be. But still, when you got that much talent, if you're a hard worker and you're prepared, you could be something.
Right. Yeah.
And that's better than what we've had. I mean, this is some good stuff. I didn't really fully realize it, but you talk about a second for Howard. Okay, that was a pretty good hit. It was a great hit for 3 years, but then there was like 3 years of injuries, 4 years of injuries. Tankersley, a 3rd round. That was a bust. Armstrong, okay, 6th round pick. And I got to kill you for that. Ignominy, some people rave about his performance with Washington. It wasn't that good. He was just a starter. He's not starting this year. That's a bust. Cam Smith, bust so far, 2nd round pick. Patrick Morris, special teamer, maybe something, but a late round, 5th to 6th round pick. So that's not terrible. And now you got a 5th. If you can hit with this, and because you got to figure Grant's probably going to hit, Savaniah is probably going to hit, Phillips might hit, and then you add in one of these guys. This could be a stellar draft if it plays out like that. So sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay because I actually get to speak to you directly now instead of through the comments.
Yeah, no, I prefer this much more.
Yeah, that's one player really out of 7, and one guy that actually made the team and started it was Pro Bowl level. All the rest of these guys, they
not good hit history.
It's a miss. Yeah, it's a miss from 2017 to 2025.
Greer's cooking.
Yeah.
He's cooking in the toilet bowl, I think, in this area.
Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to speak with you about that. Because like I said, all
good info.
And then the linemen, if we have time.
Yeah, sure.
I've got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 linemen here.
Rock and roll.
All right, we're going to do it. This is the list from 2016 to present. So 2016, they hit, but it was a gimme. It was a Laramie Tunsil in the 1st round.
Yeah.
I say gimme because the talent was known, but there was behavioral issues. He landed. 2017, round 5, Isaac Asiata.
Asiata?
Yeah.
Big bust, yeah.
Yeah.
What round was that? What round was that?
Fifth round. Yeah. Sorry, buddy. Getting old. I gotta.
Don't worry. I'm supposed to put him on. I'm just too prideful.
Yeah.
Vain, baby.
So yeah, round 5. That was 2017, Asiata, and then in 2019 they drafted 2 linemen. Round 3 they got Michael Dieter, and round 4 they got Solomon. No, wait. I'm sorry. They got Michael Dieter in round 3, and in round 5 they got Isaiah Prince.
That's right. Yeah. Prince, he actually started for the Bengals a year in the Super Bowl. He was like 3rd in the depth chart. Yeah. He wasn't that good, but he was big kind of, but he's not starting now. So, but he was in the Super Bowl.
Well, I know we drafted Milner, and Milner was actually starting there for a while with Green Bay. I don't know if he still is.
I don't know.
But yeah, that's so far we're
Dieter was a disaster, man. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. That's 2016 through 2019. Now you get to 2020, first round, Austin Jackson.
Yeah, I'm not big on him.
Nope. He seems like a good guy. It's not attacking him, but and then in the second round was Hunt.
Oh, I liked him.
Yeah, buddy. And then the 4th round was Solomon Kinley.
2 4th rounds. Cost 2 4th round picks to get him.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep. I mean, he ate his way out of the league in like a year and a half.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be decent, honestly, man, and it didn't work out. But Hunt.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, excellent pick.
Man, great pick, man. I wish we still had him. And then Austin, great athlete, but
everyone said that he was a reach at 19.
Well, my thing is what you talk about a lot. You've argued with others a lot, but it's important. It's time to throw. They run an offense where, let's be honest, if he had to pass block for 2.4 seconds, could he keep an edge defender? No. He can't. So so this offense helps disguise his shortcomings. It was just a bad decision, a lost pick. It's great. It's great to have all these picks, but I'm already down to 1, 2, 3, 4,
7,
5, 6, 7. At 2020, we've hit on Tunsil and Hunt. And now that's my opinion. Jackson, I've never considered Jackson a hit,
No.
Unfortunately.
I saw a lot of people believe it. I just, I'm working on a video to kind of show my side, but
yeah,
especially if you take the injuries. People complain about Armstead and his injuries, but the last 3 years, Jackson's missed more games. I think it was like 28 to 30 something games.
Where was I? I went through 2020, right?
Yeah, you just finished Kidney.
Okay, so round 2021, round 7, Larnell Coleman.
Yeah, that's okay. You take in flyers.
Yeah. That's a late round flyer, exactly. Then also in 2021, round 2, Liam Eichenberg. I'm
sorry, Liam, and a 2nd and 3rd.
Oh man,
Cosme. What's it? I always forget his name. The center from Kansas City, who's like the best center in the league. They passed on him too. Something with the C. I can't remember. For some reason, I can't remember. I always forget his name. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
But we missed on a bunch of guys.
Yeah, the one guy that I didn't know about was Zach Tom.
Yeah, Zach Tom, I think was maybe like the next year. It was like 2 years. It was the Tyndall Easy season. That was easy.
I couldn't believe how physical Zach Tom was. I didn't know nothing about him until I heard you talking about him.
Yeah, he had he had the highest metrics of 34 years. And I would be fine if we didn't draft him if he was in the building and we need offensive linemen and he's super athletic, perfectly fits what we do. Yep. So to me, that was the black mark of death on Greer for me. I mean, he had some of them already, but that was like the one.
Yeah, that hurts losing that caliber of talent. Is that guy Cyrus?
Kansas City? What happened? No, oh my God, I can't remember his name. I'm gonna go look for it. Hold on a second, I'll find it right now.
they have a dominant inside line though.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
He's like the best in the league.
Joe Thuney's one of them.
Yeah,
Joe Thuney. These are top.
Creed Humphreys. That's what it is. I always forget his name. It's a great name, Creed Humphreys.
Yep. Yeah. There's Thuney, Creed Humphreys, and then they've got another guy that's Pro Bowl, all pro level, right there on the inside.
Smith, I think his name is the right guard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's about.
Well, Eichenberg's just, nothing against him, but
he's the heart of the offensive line, though.
Oh man, he gets knocked down so much. When you go back and you watch the film, he's constantly getting knocked down.
I don't keep going. There's people out there that I had a fight with for years, and it's like such an easy evaluation. That to me is scary. That if you can miss that evaluation, it kind of like something's wrong. But whatever. Upwards and onwards. Who's number 10?
Great guy, but
a real good guy, dude. It's not his fault.
No, man. We go to 2023. Let me get the old man glasses on here.
There you go.
2023 round 7. It's a flyer. Curtis Ryan Hayes.
Yeah, but he was just another guy who's so weak.
Yeah.
He really struggles with power. But it's a flyer. Again, no, you can miss on those. Now,
we get to 2024 and 2025. These two I'm hopeful for. Out of all these, we had 2 hits. One was a gimme. Tunsil, and Hunt was a hit.
Yeah. Tunsil was an easy one, but Hunt was a nice find. It was a real nice find.
Yeah, the organization, Greer, they did a good job finding him, man.
You got to get on Greer when he deserves it, but that was a great hit.
Yeah.
Second round guy like that.
Absolutely. In the second round, 2024, we got Patrick Paul, and then in the second round, 2025, we got Jonas Savaiinaea.
Yep.
So I'm hopeful for both of these guys, man. I didn't like the trade first.
Yeah.
It's
not the end. We managed to, again, you got to give it to Greer. He reacquired that pick later on for something else.
Right.
So I don't care. What you spend for Jonas Savaiinaea, if he plays all pro, who gives a damn?
Yeah, it doesn't, because what we've talked about right here is lots of misses and only a few hits. And if there's a guy that's going to be a hit, you got to get him. So I'm hoping that Paul and Savaiinaea are going to, be with his team.
I think Paul's going to definitely be something. He's too powerful.
I agree.
To not at least be okay. You know what I mean? So it's much better than what we usually do. So, and then here's the thing, again, I don't like Greer. I think he's an idiot. I think he's not a good guy. I think he's a narcissist. I think he's a backstabber, but he's had a terrible record for offensive linemen. He's had a terrible record for cornerbacks. But what you're saying here, if you get Marshall to play well in the 5th round, which has been a long-standing weakness,
right? And
you get Patrick Paul and Savaiinaea in the last 2 drafts to play well, that's a big rebound on a very big, ugly list of misses. And football, unfortunately, what he's done in the past it's not now. Now is now.
Yep.
And so does he pull his fat out of the fire? Does he go from, on the outs to he's cooking? That's a big deal for this season.
Yeah.
We don't know. And then you add in Grant, like I said, Grant and Phillips. This could, he could make a bounce back.
It's going to be an interesting season, but I've heard you say it, 2027. We're not the Rams, and how the Rams, they've done a good job of building back after the purge. Then they've hit on a lot of players.
Yeah. But if they do good this year and they do good next year, that would position us. So let's what do you think? Give me your take on the season. What do you think we're going to do? Obviously early, anything can happen. Josh Allen can go down, whatever. I mean, anything can happen so early, but what's your general 3-game spread do you think this team will arrive at?
Man, that's the problem. It runs the game. They could go 3-0 or 0-3.
Yeah.
because we don't know what we have. There's a lot of people.
Well, I mean, 3-game spread as far as their final season tally, like, you know, we play 17 games, 14-3, you know, 11 to 14. 11 to 14 wins, you know, or something like that. What's the win total do you think we can hit? Give me a 4-game window.
I think they're going to, at best, I hate to say this, but I think at best they go 500.
Really?
I'm at best. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm higher than that. I mean, I think anything's possible. I think, you know, for me, opening up against the Colts, I thought it was going to be a shoe-in win, but now they got Jones starting. I think he's way more dangerous. Not saying we're going to lose to him, but anything can happen. I don't know. For me, it's 7 to 10 wins. I give myself a 4-game window. I think we could go. You know, you never know, but we could go less than that. I mean, you don't know.
That's the thing. What you said basically, I learned is what he's done. He set in motion these phases in football that change from the high flying days to where it's now. And you've been talking about that, and the Eagles literally ran that down everybody's throat last year and showed them.
Yeah, bunch of teams now have taken that, but the Eagles are the best. Roseman's the best in the league by far.
In one draft, you got Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, starting corners. One draft.
Yep.
He's incredible. As far as that, I want to make one more comment.
Sure.
About the offensive line, but before I say that, speaking about GMs, I would go to Louis Riddick and I'd ask Louis Riddick, "What's your number?" You know, if I was a billionaire, because the guy, man, he's hit many times, and we've got one that's hit a lot. Marvin Allen.
Yeah, I hope Marvin Allen takes over. That was Alf's belief that Greer's out no matter what. It's going to be a soft push on, and then I'd be great.
Well, Marvin Allen's got a history of being involved with some big time players. He wasn't there when they drafted Mahomes, but from what I researched, he kind of was the one that started with Mahomes for Kansas City.
Yeah, he did like he was like one of the head of college scouts, I think.
Right.
The year before they drafted him and stuff. So
yeah,
that's what Alf was saying too. I learned that from Alf.
But as far as the quote, Harbaugh and what he said was that he views offensive linemen as offensive weapons. He couldn't be more right. You know, he really couldn't.
Not gonna get much disagreement from me.
No, you know, and I remember the days when I was mad they drafted Jake Long, but you know, as you get older and you mature, and then you realize, and I played at a small level for 4 years. I didn't play high as you did. I played it, you know.
I was in and out at junior college, so don't let it sound like I did anything special or anything like that.
Yeah.
I did see some good athletes that I went against, and they hit me pretty hard.
Yeah. But that's so true. And I think that San Diego is going to have a good season this year. I think that he's built.
We get to face him. And they even say maybe with Ramsey.
Yeah. Ooh, that would hurt, man. That would hurt.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't go there.
Yeah. But no, yeah, I've been looking forward to actually getting to talk to you. And
same here, brother.
You know, I've been the type of guy. I'm just starting to learn. You know, as far as scouting and all that. But I'm big on the time to throw, and the angles, and the tenths of a second. And I think some people out there, they don't give that enough due. How important it is. We're talking tenths of a second, man.
Oh, it's huge. That's forever. 10th of a second's forever, man, in the NFL.
Irvin Fryer did an interview. I think this is his past year, and a couple of things he said. One of them was that Dan Marino, because he played with Dan Marino, was the best quarterback that he had ever played with. I mean, it was.
Amen.
Yeah, it was, as far as throwing the ball by far. And when New England went to the Super Bowl against the Bears back in his day, I don't know who the coach was, but they actually had a time clock, stopwatch, and once it hit 2.5 seconds, the play stopped automatically. It was a sack. You know.
Yeah. Just think about Tua throwing a 2.04, half a second.
Yeah, you're going to change. What you're doing is you're changing the chemistry of somebody and how they play, by doing that. I just think it's a mistake. You've got to get the lineman in there. If you've got a quarterback and you're going to sink that kind of money into him, we all want to have a good defense, but you've got to protect him first.
Yeah. That's my point. I believe that the offensive line makes the NFL world go round, sets the table. Now, some people have different degrees on that, and I think that's fair. But to utterly dismiss it, like some people have done for years, I think it's just crazy talk. But whatever, people got their valuations. You never know. We'll figure it out. But anyway, I appreciate you coming on. I really do, and that's a thing too, as you mentioned. For me, this is about relationships. I talk to so many people through the comments, and I enjoy this, meeting people and having a relationship. So I appreciate you coming on. Definitely have you on again.
Thank you.
Anybody who wants to come on, just email me, Curtis at acebread.com, Gmail, and or contact me in the comments. I'll ask you anyway. Everyone deserves I learn stuff here. Like this is the point. The point is everyone deserves a voice. Everyone has something good to say.
Absolutely.
And everyone has the right to have a seat at the table and not just the big kahunas. Anyway, I appreciate it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. You can check Chris out in my comments. He's always got comments. We're always talking. Chris, I appreciate everything. We will definitely talk soon.
Hey, I've got a channel on there.
Oh, you do? Oh, promote yourself. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't even write the channel down, buddy. I think it's just like at Rick. I think it's at Richard Long 2646. But I'll get all that information, and then when I come on next time, hopefully
100%. I didn't know. I would have promoted you. I didn't know.
No, it's okay. It's not Rick. It's Richard Long, and then I got to fix it anyway. My whole name on it.
Don't worry, man. I was the same, man. I didn't even know about YouTube. I didn't even know Dolphins content was on YouTube. Really, I mean, like,
yeah.
So,
but thank you for having me on, man, and giving me a voice. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, brother. My pleasure. Really, I appreciate all your support. I appreciate the comments and everything else, and that's really what it's about, relationships. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed giving Rick some time to hear what he has to say, and I hope you guys are next. One of you out there, Curtis and Rick, saying, "Be well, go Fins." Catch you soon. Start building your own online sports book today by getting signed up with acebread.com service that'll allow you to book action on sports from all around the world.